Welcome to a chilling exploration of individuals who dared to tread the forbidden path of occult knowledge, only to face dire consequences. In this episode, we delve into the haunting stories of those who pursued dark secrets and paid a steep price. Join us as we uncover the tales of those who embraced forbidden occult knowledge. The pursuit of occult knowledge has long captivated curious minds, but not without peril. Throughout history, individuals have delved into forbidden practices, seeking hidden truths and mystical power. However, these endeavors often led to tragic outcomes, revealing the dangers of venturing into the shadows. 1. The Sorcerer's Apprentice ***. There is an old story about the Sorcerer's Apprentice. This morality tale, known to peoples across Asia, the Americas and Europe, took literary form in Johann Wolfgang von Goethe's poem of 1797, in which an apprentice longs for the power of his master and, when the master steps out for a little while, throws some broomsticks into a giant millwheel full of water so that he can get some chores done. When the master returns, he finds only the servant boy wildly throwing in more and more broomsticks, as huge, spinning globes of water rise up around him. The story has a certain sameness to Victorian cautionary tales when it comes to esoteric matters. But these perils belong not to esoteric pursuits alone. We have taken steps from which we can't retreat and conjured forces we can't comprehend. Experimenting with a kind of life that is constituted by the presence of a universe of objects whose fullness and alterity are such that human beings must strive to cultivate awe-filled prohibitions of approach reveals our recklessness at its worst and our absurdity at its most pitiable. The story of the apprentice sorcerer doesn't only caution us about the dangers of reckless esoteric naturalism, and so of a bad naturalism generally. It censures us for imprudence, hubris and folly. 2. The Curse of the Necronomicon ***. In many ways, it captures, all at once, everything you want the Necronomicon to be, something illicit, dangerous and, maybe, too true to not dabble in. The Necronomicon doesn't, and, of course, never has, actually exist, but its fantasy form brought on a multitude of after-copies, including the pitch-perfect medieval Menicmite-infused Liber Sextus by Pseudo-Richard Cabeza de Gatto, that teach the wider world that, because so many people have apparently lost their lives or disappeared over this supposed text, just maybe there's some truth in this because it could be exactly such a text. And that seed of truth, that sliver of something real, is itself a seed of the kind of curse that so many narratives, of the real world type, about the Necronomicon posit. A cautionary note hits again and again, in stories of the real world, and fiction about the book, of people who are said to have gotten the Necronomicon, or who've tried to have it, and are then said to have both disappeared from the eyes of everyone, or gone mad, or suffered ill fate, that kernel, there. Occult mystery is something about which we are always told to be wary. We of our illicit occult lore are warned. 3. Occult figures throughout history ***. But history is full of practitioners of black arts who died young or were martyred by mad mobs, of alchemists searching the philosopher's stone of transmutation or the elixir of life, of necromancers in contact with the dead and practitioners of black magic trying to gain control of forces they did not understand who almost without exception found ruin, and cultists like John D. Aleister Crowley and Eliphas Levi whose life stories read like a Greek tragedy and who were almost certainly doomed. From the start, in a manic search for powers outside of the understanding of man, culminating almost without exception in early death. There is centuries of lore of the dangers of seeking forbidden respect, almost a cliché. 4. Modern occult enthusiasts ***. Why, today, might the call of the esoteric remain compelling? As new generations of dabblers arise, They appear at least as drawn to the dark and the strange as their forebears thousands of years ago. Red flags abound. In our era, illusions of people who enter darkness, summon spirits, or fiddle with arts of unnatural science are reported, sometimes with negative results. People who experience mental disturbances, or who experience forms of paranormal contact, or who report strange effects as a result of their experiments with esoteric science and art. In such ways, the warning tales remind us how entering the esoteric realm is fraught with risk, and why conducting one's experiments instances are not only principled but also sensible. If the histories of their counterparts who traversed the line separating simple inquiry from illicit curiosity, and who were sometimes punished for dabbling in proscribed science, serve as salutary models, so much the better. The occult is enticing, and its perils are great. With these histories as our companions, may your own travels in the shadow be illuminating.
If you liked this video, please like and share it, because a real hero shares the inspiration.